It's Calvin Russell here, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone is doing well today. All right, so sorry I've been so busy, man. Let me tell you something. This real estate has been a lot busier. I know I said that on the last video, but no, like this has like been insane. How these closing dates have been changing and just all the drama that goes behind it. But it's fun. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. Of course, we are still trying to be the ultimate one-stop shop for all of course, our local clients' credit needs. For those who don't know, if you never watched any of my videos, I am a certified FICO professional. I am also a homeowner. I also own rental property. And then, of course, I also flip properties as well too, my wife and I. And so again, just kind of give you guys that background on why these videos, I try to cover different topics. And one of the topics that I get a lot, one of the questions I get a lot is how many credit scores do I have, okay? And really, in reality, there are so many different types of scores, but the scores that matter the most are going to be the FICO score. That's FICO, and that's for Fair Isaac Incorporation, okay? And again, you guys may see people walk past or whatever. I'm in the mall parking lot. I told my wife, I said, man, I got to do a video. I haven't done a video in like a couple days. It's just been so busy. And again, I'll do some other videos later on tonight, maybe another video tomorrow, because there's a lot of stuff coming up this week I want you guys to participate in on the Facebook side. But either way, you have 28 different scores, okay? Technically, you have 9 scores for each credit bureau. So I'm sorry, you have 27. So it's 9 times 3. You have Equifax, TransUnion, and of course, Experian. And those are the main credit bureaus. Now, there are some other credit bureaus that are out there. I mean, there's one more, but it doesn't really matter. No one really pulls it. And then there's a lot of other subcontractor companies, that are out there. You got Credit Expert. It's just so many different types of things, but they all pull from this main algorithm, and that's FICO. So for those who don't know, FICO doesn't necessarily provide, let's say, an actual. They don't provide reporting. I mean, you can get it from their site, but they take the reporting from the actual credit bureau. So, for example, if you get, let's say, for example, you have an Equifax report, an Experian report, a TransUnion report, okay, and it takes that information. It then someone just texted me, so it's going to vibrate, of course, and I'll just hold the phone. So you have that, and it takes that information and it then submits it to FICO, okay. FICO takes a look at that information and says, okay, based on this information, this is what we say a credit score is based on this information. So now in that information, the reason why FICO has so many different types of scores, mainly because it's different types of industries. For example, if you are looking for an auto loan, okay, it's going to give you your auto loan score. If you're looking for a mortgage, it's going to give you your mortgage score, okay. If you're looking for a credit card, it's giving you your credit card score. If you're looking for a personal loan, you have a personal loan score. And then the other scores are just older or newer versions of those scores, with one of those scores being your overall score. So for example, some of you all may have a credit card that provides a score. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be your overall score. So, okay. So, for example, if you have, let's say, a credit card that gives you, I say, like Discover, a lot of credit card companies are giving scores, and most of them are coming from Experian, based on my experience. I've seen that, and they've come from Experian, and it says an Experian FICO score. That's great, and that score is 100% accurate. The problem is that a lot of times people, they'll go to like the dealership, and they're like, oh my God, this is not my score. That's because you got to, it's going to be up to you to make sure that all of the information on your credit reports is accurate. Okay. Now, how do you get a free credit report? Now, you can actually I think so many times we talk about all the stuff you got to pay for, but for those who don't know, you can actually go to annualcreditreport.com. I'll put the link down at the bottom. Annualcreditreport.com. And it shows you how you can get you can order all of 3 of your reports for free. It doesn't cost anything, okay? Now keep in mind, that's only your report, because that's what they specialize is reporting, okay? It's everyone else that takes that same information and then generates a score. Like Credit Karma, they take that information, they generate their score, which comes from VantageScore, okay? Then of course FICO, same thing. It takes that information and then of course it generates a score, okay? But if you want to see all of those, all you have to do is just go to myfico.com and then purchase the 3B essentials, okay? And that's how you'll be able to see everything. So for example, people always ask me all the time, say, hey Calvin, you know what, I want to see if I can get pre-approved for a mortgage. No, what bank do you recommend? I said, well, before you go to a lender, why don't you just pay the $30 and see where you're at yourself? That way you know where you're at, okay? And then so other than that, you're just gonna be wasting a hard pull. My clients will tell you, I try my best to avoid hard inquiries as much as possible. Okay, and oh yeah, so either way, my video died out for whatever reason. It's crazy that I'm outside. So, but yeah, man, congratulations on that, man. So listen, that's if anyone's looking to get a high limit credit card, okay, we can help you get there. Okay, so just shoot me an email. I'm going to be extremely busy this week, but I do have my assistant ready for this. I'll probably do that as a separate video because, of course, you have to watch the whole video to find out that, hey, if you're looking for a high limit credit card, shoot me an email and we'll take a free look at your credit report. We just for those who don't know, we take a free look at credit reports anyway, and you can just schedule that at www.the850club.com/coach me. Okay, that's COACHME. That's coach me. Okay, so either way. But that's how the whole process works, is that they have the actual reports, and then the scoring companies, they use their algorithm, they take the information on those reports and they help generate a score. Okay, so that's the basis of it. If you want to see all those scores, you can see that from there. Okay, now another question I get is, hey Calvin, I'm looking for an apartment. How do I find out what score they're going to pull? Here's the thing, landlords do not specialize in credit. Okay, most landlords are going to use some type of software. Even when I first started as a landlord, I had software that you can usually pay, not necessarily software, but it's like a membership that you can have with like different rent reporting companies. It's a million of them, okay? And like and they partner with LexisNexis and all the rest of this stuff to show you a person's renting profile. Now, just because it's a landlord does not mean they're gonna know which ones they're gonna use. Most of them charge about $10 to $15 per person. Okay, that just gave me another video idea. But either way, I probably just gave it away. But either way, they charge about $10 to $15. So that's why landlords charge about $20 to $30 so they can make money off of that. Number one, they're not going to pay for it. Number two, they use the rest for gas, especially they got to drive back out. But it's okay. If you see an apartment that you like, just ask the landlord, hey, which credit bureau do you look at? And they'll let Hey, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I'm having connection issues, but either way, all you have to do is just ask the landlord, say, hey, listen, what type of, what credit bureau do you look at? And they'll let you know whether it's TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. And in that way, ahead of time. And you can even ask them. Some landlords will actually, if you just give them, if you just print out like your Credit Karma report, a lot of times they look at that. Or if you got Credit Check Total, if you got Credit Sesame, if you have My FICO, again, they don't want to have to pay for it either. So you just make the process easier. What you cannot provide them, of course, is a background check. Okay, but at least ahead of time. So for example, let's say, because there are some times where, unfortunately, some things just don't report to certain credit bureaus. For example, I have plenty of clients that they're with credit unions, and some credit unions don't report to all three bureaus. That's something to pay attention to. A lot of credit unions do not report to all three credit bureaus. So for example, this one client I had, their Equifax score was higher than everything else. I'm talking like 40 points higher, because they had a refinanced auto loan that was on there for like the past 2 years. Long story short, when she tried to get an apartment, the landlord ran TransUnion, which didn't show all of her recent payment history, and unfortunately, she didn't have really anything else on her credit report, and not that much. It was going to play that major role. So long story short, that's what ended up happening. So it's good to know these things in advance and just say, hey, do you mind if I provide you, my credit report? Okay. For those who didn't see the shirt, it says always be closing. I'm starting to get a little weight, so that's, you guys are starting to see that. So, but either way, I'm always rocking Entrepreneur. I love their clothing brand. They didn't pay me to say that. They're out in Florida, so good luck trying to find their clothes. My wife was like, maybe you should start selling t-shirts or something. I was like, we'll think about it. So either way, but that's exactly how you're going to get all of your credit scores, okay? Go to myfico.com. That's how many scores you guys have, 27. Everything else is just a copy or of some other sort. I'm telling you, 90% of lenders, and I've yet to find the other 10% of lenders that even use the VantageScore algorithm like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame provide you, okay? I'm not knocking it. For those who know me, I love Credit Karma. It's the only platform that updates every single week for free. But at the same time, you have to understand that most lenders are not going to see that score. So, and some people say, well, Credit Karma is always higher. Not necessarily. I've seen Credit Karma lower. I had a client, literally, she's a 590, and we ran her in My FICO, and she was pre-approved for a home. So she was literally a 629 in FICO, but she's a 590 on Credit Karma. I've never seen that before. And now I'm like, man, so now I always check when my clients get to that 600 range. But I also had another client who's at 670 on Credit Karma, and she was like a 620 on My FICO. So just little things like that are going to play a major role, okay? But either way, that's how many scores you guys got. Go to myfico.com, look for the 3B FICO Essentials. You guys are going to see that. That's how you can see them all, and it's going to show your auto score, personal loan score, your credit card score, your mortgage score. And if you got any questions on, you know, buying a house, things of that sort, you guys can always check out any one of those other videos. But like always, if you like this video, like it. Want to share it, and of course, be sure to subscribe. I got a lot more videos on the way. Of course, please jump on the Facebook page. Please jump on the Facebook page. Just search 850 Club Credit Consultation. It's a lot of good events coming up. I'm going to talk about more of them probably tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon.